And together we are
Big Belly Bubbles.
Big Belly Bumbles. So we just had something interesting, and I was kind of put in.
Ruthie hung up on.
Well, I was kind of put in a dilemma. I mean,
put in a dilemma.
Yes, I was put in a dilemma.
Either get fired for not paying attention to the conversation, or get video.
No, I was just put in a dilemma there, Stephen. Okay.
And so she chose to get fired.
No, I didn't. So here I was filming, Stephen, and the phone rang, and because we film on our phones, and the phone rang, and it was Ace Duran, which that's a very positive encouragement right there. Stephen, it was like 100 plus drivers. It was not anything personal. Okay, so I don't think you're going to be fired for me hanging up on a mass call. All right. Stephen is really ticked at me because I listened for 5 minutes and I'm like, well, I'm missing all of the work. I'm standing here listening to this phone call from Ace Duran, and apparently, so first of all, it is a really good thing that we're on their call list. I don't think that you can be fired for when it's a mass call, because particularly they said if you're driving, don't even answer. Okay. So it was a mass phone call that was sent out to all the Ace Duran phone drivers, and the initial voicemail said, "If you're driving, pay attention to your driving."
But if you're not.
But we had never been able to get one of these calls before.
I've had one before.
Okay, well, so it is they were saying it was their first mass phone call of 2025. So we're 4 weeks into the new year, and they were saying it was their first company mass call since New Year's. That's been 4 weeks. Anyway,
so
it was
Ruthie hung up on him.
We were into it for 5 minutes, and I thought, well, I can't.
So Ruthie hung up on him.
I can't film, Stephen.
Ruthie says y'all ain't important.
I didn't.
Well, I don't care what y'all got to say. What I got to do is more important. And that's what she did.
Well, people have been waiting on the kingpin, Stephen.
So that's what she did. She hung up on my job.
I don't think you're going to be held accountable for that, Stephen.
She hung up on my job.
They weren't talking to you directly. They were talking to 100 plus people.
Yeah, that gives you all excuses just to hang up.
Well, we've all been waiting on the kingpin, Stephen. And I'm actually home to film you. So it was this mass call that they put you on hold for a few minutes, and while they played some music, and then they said stand by, and then they said they had like 100 and something, like 170 drivers, I think they said, that were tuned into the call. And then they went around and introduced everybody that was like people that were like on the board of Ace Duran, or people that were there to talk. I mean, not all 170 drivers, just the people that were going to have the safety talk. I guess it was like a safety talk or something like that. And
we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Except for they were talking about the weather. They were talking about the first month of the weather has been crazy and has stumped a lot of drivers. There have been some safety issues due to the weather. So, but that's correct. We won't know everything that was said on the phone call or how long it would be. But it's a good sign because you were saying...
What is a good sign?
Because you were talking about how you hadn't heard a peep from Ace Duran, that they haven't called in to check on you. They haven't called in to check about the progress on the truck, and you were concerned about if you were still going to be able to get on with Ace Duran. So the fact that you're on the mass call list is a good thing. So I had to make a decision. Do I listen to a 30-minute phone call with Ace Duran, or do I film these kingpins? I guess I made an executive decision.
So you guys know where you stand, don't you?
Look, we've all been waiting on the kingpin, Stephen. We've been teasing everybody, and talking about these kingpins, and I haven't been home to get the video footage. And so when I am home and I can film you, then it trumps everything. Ah, Trump! Did you see what I did there, Trump?